My name is Edward Nambassi. I am a medical professional, and for about 40 years I've been delivering babies and looking at women's health issues in the government sector. Today I'm going to talk about women's health and how Neolife is uniquely positioned to help out with maintaining health in our fairer sex. Like the name suggests, the subject can be quite complex, just like women are complex. And my idea is to give you a brief overview of how Neolife fits in with the overall health of individuals, particularly women. It will help if we divide the various life stages of women into 6, starting with in utero, in other words, still in the womb, and after birth in infancy, as children, then adolescents, and then during the childbearing stages, and the menopause, change of life. You realize that each of these stages comes with its own unique challenges. But first, what I'd like to do is just to go back to basics and remember that at Neolife, we believe in cellular nutrition. And that means that nourishing the cell so that it's of optimal health. And once the cell is optimally healthy, that means the person is healthy as well. And this is particularly important now, where we need to keep our immune systems boosted because of the various challenges going on, including COVID-19 now. Now, for cellular nutrition, the foundational products that we have include Pro Vitality, and Pro Vitality is conveniently packaged in sachets containing omega-3 salmon oil, carotenoid complex, threonine, and a multi. And then in addition to Pro Vitality, Neolife Shake. This acts as the foundation for most nutritional programs and for most requirements as a foundation. For the younger ages, we've got Vita Squares and Vita Guard, as well as NutriShake serving as a foundation. And for younger still, in infancy, we can start with the Liquivite. That's right. Now, on this, then we can add the other specific issues that are peculiar to women. And the first one that I'll talk about is dysmenorrhea. That's when you have painful periods. It's a common occurrence with young ladies who are just beginning their change of life from children to womanhood. And nutritional supplements here that would be of great benefit is, in addition to the foundation that I mentioned above, is to add the B vitamins, that B complex, or lipotropic is also B vitamin, CalMag, omega salmon oil, and zinc. This will help to improve the symptoms and reduce the pain and regulate the flow. The next issue is acne, which can cause a lot of problems for a young lady because of the self-esteem issues. And just to give you an idea of how widespread the problem is, if you go to any health store, you find that the products for skin, as far as acne is concerned, are multitude. However, we've got a foundation on which you can then add vitamin C, vitamin A and D, zinc, and then because you want to treat it from the inside as well, garlic and acidophilus are good additions to add because they will help with the internal microbiome of the lady. And then, of course, nutrients as skin care, that would be of great help as well. During pregnancy, the requirements for nutritional supplements is increased because of the increased demands from the growing baby. The only exception here is that we would advise not to use vitamin A and D and the herbal products. And the only reason we do that is because, as obstetricians will tell you, anything that can go to the baby, as a company, would probably not want to take any risks at all. So those are the two that we'll make exception to. But the rest of our supplements are safe in pregnancy. And I'll talk particularly of salmon oil, because this is required for the growing brain as well as eyesight. And then comes the change of life, as they call it, the menopause, which is fraught with a lot of issues, including mood changes, hot flashes, and the medical conditions that follow. Trianin and feminine herbal are wonderful in this respect because they will mellow the mood and they will help with the hot flashes. And then, of course, Calmag. Calmag will help with the mood, but also, more importantly, help with the bones so that the lady does not lose calcium. And then, of course, throughout the various stages, cruciferous is a very important nutrient which has been shown to reduce the incidence of cancer, especially what they call the hormone-mediated cancers like breast, ovary, and the uterus. So this can be taken at any stage, and it also forms part of the phytodefense. So in summary, as using the ProVitality and Neolife as a foundation, one can then design a nutritional program for whatever challenge that a woman might be facing. And of course, remember, these are nutritional supplements, they are not medications, and we are not doctors, but distributors. So if there's an issue that requires medical attention, the woman should attend to a physician first. And with that, I'd like to bid you a good day. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Dora Juma from Tanzania. I'm a nurse teacher by profession. Before Neolife, my husband was employed as a mechanical engineer and I was a housewife. We tried so many other businesses to make ends meet. We kept chicken, we did dairy farming, we grew vegetable for sale, we made cakes for sale, we did decoration as a florist. All these made us work long hours. So our health deteriorated, our finance went down, and we didn't have time for the family. A very good relative approached us for the Neolife business. We didn't believe in the business, and we didn't think it can work for us, but still we tried the products. We used the cleaning products, skincare, and health products. Gradually, our health improved, the products were wonderful. So we started sharing the information with the relatives, neighbors, and friends. Our business improved. We started getting a team, so the income improved, and the team grew. We became senior manager, we became director, we took step to Wealthier member, and we took step to president team member. In that stage, we were financially, the finances improved very well, that we were able to take our 3 children to good universities in America. Our health also improved very well, and we started traveling the world. A few years back, my husband passed on, but with the assistance of the Neolife business, I've managed my life without depending on my 3 children financially. And the future seems bright. Now my daughter has joined me in the business. We are working together and the business is growing. I would like to share with you a few things that have made our business grow. One of the items is relationship. Relationship is one of the very good items for the good business. Good relationship will enable one to get new people because people join you when they trust you. When I train people, I always tell them that to do this business, you need to be honest. Also, you need to be patient because it's a people's business. You need to be positive Also, you need to be able to care for people because it's a people's business. With a good relationship, it needs you to be trustworthy. So if you have good relationship, you are able to make the other members in your team do what you are doing. So it will be a very good team to be copied at. With a good relationship, you will retain your people because people will feel secure and there will be growth in the business. With a good relationship, you need to have good relationship with the people who sponsored you and your uplines, good relationship with the people around you, even the people who have not joined you. Because some people may not want to join you now. But if you maintain the good relationship, when they find the business somewhere else, they'll definitely come back to you because they trust you. So the good relationship is one of the basic items in this business. Another factor that has made us grow is persistence. In this business, it's not a get-rich-quick business. You need to have long-term vision. So you have to make sure you qualify a title. When you qualify a title, you get the benefits of the business. You should also train your team, whatever stage they are, they have to be fully qualified. So in that case, you have to make sure you have long-term vision. You have to take this business a long way. Don't expect to grow in 1 day or 2 months. You have to be patient, as I said before. So if you persist, people, even the people who didn't believe in this, when they see you've been in business for a long time and you're progressing, they will think twice and they'll come back to you. Another item that has made us grow is you have to be teachable. You know, this business, in any other business, you have to make sure you be able to learn. Learning is a process. So you have to be willing to learn from everybody, then you pick what is relevant to you. So you have to be ready to learn. I was taught by my upline that if you think you know everything, I think that's the end of you. So make sure, be willing to learn and be able to share the information with others and help others. These are the few things I can share with you. I wish you all the best in your business, and I believe you all grow. I wish you God bless you.
Good day, my name is Chrisna Dollman and we live in Somerset West in the Western Cape. Today I'm going to demo our core products in the home care range of the Neolife Products. I'm going to demo that to you. I love the products and I use them for the past 40 years in my house. And I was a nursing sister before this business, and in the hospital I saw kids coming into the hospital that drank cleaning products, you know, these caustic products, and I can promise you it's not a good sight. And at that time I had a 7-month-old baby that was crawling on the floor, and I wanted to protect him. So these products, they promised us our child safe. So there's no toxins in the products, which is fantastic. So if a child by accident should drink it, it would come to no harm whatsoever. And these products are non-caustic, so it won't burn your skin. You don't need to wear gloves when you use these products. And on top of it, these products are biodegradable, so it won't pollute the environment. Now, I want to demonstrate our first product, and that is the Super 10. Now, Super 10 is an all-purpose cleaner. It's very economical. It substitutes a lot of other cleaning products in your home. In fact, it substitutes all of them. And most homes, I find, got more than 10 different cleaning products under their zinc. So I just want to demonstrate this to you by diluting it in a 1:10 dilution in this handy spray bottle. It's marked off like there's 1 part, and then I'm going to fill it up with water to the 10 mark, just like this. As you can see there, it's up to that little mark. Let's fill it up with water. Now this dilution, as I said, makes actually 11 liters or 22 of this half-liter spray bottles. So it is extremely economical, and we got price comparisons that show actually how it compares to the other products that I was talking about, the 10 different other products that you got under your zinc. This is so economical. So ask the person who show you this video to just share the price comparison with you. Now the nozzle can adjust. It can make like a fine mist, so you can spray it in the air as an air freshener. It takes bad smells away. It doesn't make a mixture of roses and fish or whatever. It just takes the smell away, smoke smells, any bad smells in your house. Now I'm just going to do a demonstration for you on a piece of carpet. Now this is the kind of carpet that you find in most homes. This is wax crayon. This is what our kids use to color in their books. So I'm going to make a nice big mark on this carpet. I hope you can all see this very clearly. So I'm just going to spray in the center of this mark so that you can see once it's clean. Now remember, I said there's no caustics in the product. So whatever surface you spray it on, just leave it for a few seconds to do the job. Whether you spray it on the bath, the tiles, the floors, everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen it a little bit with my finger because pieces of wax broke off in the carpet, just like this. Give it another spray. And then what you do is you take a piece of towel. You can use paper towel, but this is a material towel, and you just put it on top of it and you dab it out. So on the floor it works easier because normally a carpet is on the floor, you can just step on it, but now I'm just dabbing it. Don't do this, no elbow grease, it makes a bigger mess. So dab it out, and voila, this is what you get. Can you see there? The spot is out and the dirt is on the carpet, on the piece of towel. So it also removes other marks, like a doggy stain on a carpet, a cup of tea that is spilled, a glass of red wine that is spilled on the carpet. So blood, lipstick, all those kind of marks you can remove with Super 10. If the surface can take water, you can use Super 10 on it. What we also do is, at your washing machine, when you spray your collars and cuffs, you can just spray the Super 10 on it, leave it for a while and put it in the washing machine instead of using other caustic stuff. And then if you make it a little bit stronger, the 1 in 3 we call the heavy duty dilution, then you can, it actually works on petroleum based oils the best, Super 10. So you can clean a car engine with it, oil marks, everything you with petroleum in, you can clean with it. And then we also find that you can clean your oven inside with it very effectively. The oven must be hot. Now instead of using a caustic product that we normally used to use, you must have masks and you must wear gloves and all that, and you cannot inhale the fumes. But with Super 10, it's so safe to, you can spray it on your hand. If you do this with a caustic product, I promise you, you will probably have a hole on the other side. But Super 10, you can even spray in your mouth. So you clean your oven inside, hot oven, spray it, leave it for 10 minutes, give it another spray, and you can and wipe it out. Even your stove tops, all kitchen areas where you work, you can clean with Super 10. Chrome kettles, the stainless steel stuff in your kitchen, you can very easily clean with the Super 10. So this is a very versatile, very economical product, and you cannot be without Super 10 in your house. The next product that I want to demonstrate to you is LDC. Now LDC stands for Light Duty Concentrate, and LDC substitute all soap in your house. It's got a coconut oil base and it's very, very soft on your hands. Again, no caustics in. So you dilute LDC in this little mixing bottle, 1 part to 5 parts of water. So I'm going to dilute it for you. It's a nice thick orangey liquid, and you actually make 6 liters out of 1 liter. So I'm just going to fill it up. It's up to that little mark there, and fill it up with water. And this one product substitute actually all soap in your house. Whenever you think of using soap in your house, like bars of soap at your basin, your shower, the bath, wherever you use bars of soap, you can substitute with the LDC. And also in the kitchen, you can actually use it to wash your dishes in ice cold water. Now I've asked my domestic lady, she's my right hand, I've asked her to come and help me with the demonstration. Her name is Margie. Margie, come along and assist me with the demo. This is Margie. Okay, so Margie, I'm going to put some cooking oil on your hands, and then we're going to wash it in ice cold water to demonstrate that you can use the LDC in ice cold water. Rub it into your hands like that nicely and show the camera how nice and greasy it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to put the LDC on, and she's going to wash her hands. All right, wash your hands. And this is cold water. Now, just to make sure that it is cold, I'm going to put some ice in the water. As you can see, there's some ice, just to make sure that it is really cold. Now, have you ever tried to wash your greasy pots and pans and dry grits in ice cold water? I promise you it won't work. So let's put some cold water on the oil, like this. Wash your hands. Is it cold?
It's cold.
Very cold. And some ice bricks as well. Okay, so now you dry your hands. And then you can tell us if there's still oil on your hands.
No.
And does it smell?
No.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Margie. Thank you very much. You can take this. I can just show the camera maybe. It keeps fat in suspension, so there's little drops of oil that will be on the water. So when you pull the plug, you won't have a ring in your basin, and the same applies to your bath. If you pull the plug, there will not be a ring in the bath. So put your kids in the bath and they play themselves clean, and you can just pull the plug. The bath will be clean. And the other product that I want to demonstrate the LDC is for cleaning your vegetables. It's very important that you wash all the pesticides and herbicides off from your vegetables before you cook it. Now I've got a broccoli head here that I've cut in two. Now what you normally do when you cook your broccoli, you break it up in florets, and then you just wash it under the tap and you put it in the pot to cook it. But that is not good enough. Water alone is not good enough. I want to demonstrate to you that what happens if you put water on just water on top of the broccoli. The farmers spray the vegetables and the broccoli with a sticker. It's a layer, a fatty layer that they spray on top of it, so that when they put pesticides and herbicides on it, the rain and the sprinkle of the water won't wash the poison off. So we need to get rid of the poison. So this is what normally happens when you wash your vegetables. Can you see there? It runs off like an umbrella. So you can use this as a nice umbrella, this broccoli. Okay. Now, if I put some LDC in the water, like this, give it a nice squirt in there, and I'm just going to take half of this because I've cut it in two pieces so that you can actually see the difference. So I'm going to clean this half in the water with the LDC in like this, just nice and clean. It actually breaks that fatty layer, the sticker layer on top of it, and it gets rid of the pesticides. So if I put this back now where it was, just to show you what is happening when you wash it again. That one is the dirty one still. Can you see there? It's still like an umbrella. This side is the clean side. Can you see what happens? The water runs straight through it and the surface tension is broken like this. Okay, now if you look at the color closely, you will see the one side is nice and green and the other one is still grayish. Which side would you like to eat? I definitely would prefer this clean side. Okay, so this is just a demo on how you can use LDC also for cleaning your vegetables. The next product that I want to demonstrate is the G1 laundry compound. Now G1 is a pure soap powder. There's no packers and fillers in, and it washes out of your clothes completely. And it's anti-allergic for people that's got allergies from other washing powders. You won't have any problem with this getting a rash when you sweat and the sweat comes in contact with a shirt that was washed in another washing powder. Alright, so this is so concentrated, you get 133 washes out of one 2 kilo bag. And this is the scoop that you use. And I want to show you the difference between the amount of the normal washing powders. So I take 1 scoop of our washing powder like this, and I'm going to put it on the plate there. This is the amount that you use for lightly soiled clothes. If it's a more heavily soiled, you can use 2 scoops, and that is now for a 5 kilogram load of washing. Okay, this is some shop powder. I've just closed the name of the brand, but this is the amount that they suggest for 1 load of washing. Okay, can you see this amount? There's a huge difference between this and this, and just think what it does to your soil. Our washing powder is also biodegradable, so you can have your washing machine water run in the garden. It won't spoil the soil. Okay, so very, very economical. Now, before you start using this washing powder in your machine, maybe your machine is clogged up with all the old washing powders. So what we suggest is that you put in an old towel in the machine, let it heat up the water, and then give it a cycle right through, because what this washing powder will do is it will clean the pipes and the drum and the inside of your machine. So all the dirt will come out of the machine and it will stick into the towel that you've put in. So thereafter your machine will be clean, and your machine's inside, the pipes and that will last much longer if you use this washing powder. So very, very economical. But this is absolutely a huge difference in the amount that is suggested for a 5 kilo load of washing. You can also use our washing powder in the dishwasher. It works very effectively. I'm using that all the time. Just a little, not even a full scoop, you put in your dishwasher. And you can use the LDC for the rinse aid. And you get a perfect wash every time, and it's so much more economical than the expensive dishwashing soaps that you can buy for your dishwashing machines. Okay, I hope you enjoy this, but 133 washes out of one bag. Our next product is Care. Care is a very versatile disinfectant, and on Care we got a SABS certificate that it kills 99.9% of known germs. Now Care substitute all disinfectants in your house. Doesn't matter what you think of. Maybe think of cleaning a toilet or a drain and disinfect that. Or you think maybe of an open wound where you've cut yourself, or a child is fallen down and is got scratch marks on his skin. You can disinfect it with Care. Care also stops fine bleeding, and also when your husband is maybe shaven himself and had spot bleedings where you've perhaps shaved himself, Care will stop that fine bleedings as well. Now we dilute Care 1 to 50 for normal general household cleaning, and 1 in 10 for hospital grade cleaning. Now, nowadays with the pandemic, we always dilute the care 1 in 10, and we use that as a disinfectant to disinfect the hands and all the surfaces in your kitchen and your bathroom and so on. They suggest that you actually spray it on and leave it for 5 minutes. If you look at the back of the bottle, it will actually show you there exactly what germs it kills and the time that you need to expose it to the care to get the best effect. So care is really a product that is much needed in the house. So in closing, I just want to say that if you've got these 4 products that I've demonstrated today, the Super 10, the LDC, the G1 and the Care, you don't need anything anymore, other cleaning products in your house. You can skip the supermarket cleaning aisles completely, and you're covered with these 4 products in your house.
Hello Eagle Team family, my name is Eseza Nambassi. I'm a medical doctor by profession and I've been practicing clinical medicine and mainly in the HIV area for a few years. And my observation was that there were more women and children arriving at hospitals than men. And that got me to think. I'm totally passionate about good health, and I've got a theme for this year, and that is Healthier Men for a Wealthier Nation. And I want to discuss specifically a topic that I've called the heart of the matter. And as you've guessed it, I want to talk about heart health. Right, stress leads to poor nutrition and other lifestyle habits, unfortunately. And this leads to a tendency to overweight and obesity and a syndrome that we call the metabolic syndrome, which is abdominal or central obesity, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and cholesterol abnormalities. Now, when our men folk present like that to the hospital or to the doctor, we were trained to give medications, and these medications don't necessarily address the underlying cause, which one of which I've talked about is stress, and the other one would be some level of poor nutrition. Anyway, so they get onto these medications for those various things, the blood pressure, the cholesterol, the diabetes, and their health won't necessarily dramatically improve. In fact, as they grow older, there is increasing decline in the health status, and they develop other symptoms such as dementia and erectile dysfunction, all due to a decline in blood flow, poor blood supply. So what should we be encouraging our men folk to do? Well, overall lifestyle habits such as good nutrition, exercise, adequate sleep, good interpersonal relations, how to manage stress. There are various ways of managing stress. It always fascinates me that men and women don't manage stress in the same way. Whereas we women want to talk about our issues and, we call our friends around and we discuss the issue, the men prefer to keep quiet and mull over their problems until they find a solution, which often might take a long time, if ever. So now I want to focus a little bit on nutrition, because I have learned a lot about what Neolife Nutrition can do to help us attain optimal health. And the solutions for men is that we need to encourage them to ensure that they have adequate nutrients, such as amino acids that are presented in the form of shakes, either Nutri-Shake or Neolife Shake or even the Sports Shake. And then we need to strike a balance between convenience and actual nourishment. And so I'd like to talk about a particular pack that I find really brilliant to hit that balance, and that is the Daily Vitality Pack. In it is Formula 4, 2 capsules of Formula 4, a vitamin B, a vitamin C, a vitamin E, and a multi-mineral plus alfalfa tablet. That is a well-rounded, comprehensive pack. And I would also like to encourage omega-3, basically for heart health, as well as health of the brain and the joints, as well as the prostate. And then part of the detox program, a key part in the detox program is garlic, which is very useful for the heart, very important for heart health as well. But in the detox program, which can be done with the rest of the family, done regularly, it is important for ensuring that the liver is kept healthy, as well as detoxifying the body so that there is energy and good health maintained. So as a family, let us work together to get our men folk thinking health, and they work hard for us. So we need to ensure that they look after their bodies and not wait until there's major sickness before they do anything about it. And we need to start early. So if there are boys in the family, start the nutrition and the lifestyle disciplines early, and as they mature into teenagers and young adults, maintain that so that we can all work for a healthier and happier family and nation. Thank you.
Good day, Eagles. Good day, everybody. My name is Elisabeth. I'm qualified director. I'm mother of 2. I'm married. I'm teacher. My professional is teacher, but actually I'm not working as a teacher. I'm working at the aluminium smelter. I joined this company 2 years ago. I'm a very motivated person. I'm here today to share with you how did I achieve the position of director in this pandemic, COVID-19. What I have to tell you is it wasn't easy. I was very, very sad. I didn't know how to prospect. I thought that the person didn't want to listen to me. They were worried about the pandemic, and then I was very, very sad. But I had to do my best to keep the business running. I was sad because I thought that I had to postpone my dreams. My dreams was to become a director at June, but it happens before. It was so good for me. What I did to keep my business running, I went back to my name list, the old one, in order to try to call them. I didn't know what will be the results. I used to call the person that went to presentation but did not join the company, and also called the one that didn't have time to go to attend the presentation. I know that they were at home. I thought that they could listen to me, could they see the video that I was about to send to them. What I did was, I just called them one by one to keep presenting the company. I asked for permission to present the company, and then they accept, and I did so. And I summarized. I present the company, the products, and the market. After that, I asked them the permission to send the videos that illustrate what I've been talking. If they say yes, I keep sending the videos step by step. I didn't send all of them. I send step by step. I give them a time to consume the information that I've been sent to them. And then after that, I used to call for feedback, for follow-up, and then to explain to them the importance of supplementing in this time of pandemic, and the advantage of become a part of Neolife. As we know, we have many advantages of being part of this wonderful company. And then day by day, I used to improve. I used to find other ways. I had to discuss with my upline to find the ways to know how to act, how to prospect, how to get people knowing our good quality products. And then the other platform that I used was WhatsApp. I used to make video calls, video conference to explain to talk about our company. And the feedback was so good, was very good. And then I shared what can you say? That way that I was using to my downlines. They also was doing what I was doing. It's not easy, but it's not possible. Everything is possible. We have to say by ourselves, I can do it, just take action. Because we have a mission in that world, to change lives, to change people's lives, even to help them to have some money in pocket. After all the presentation that I did, all the video that have been shared, I used it to talk about my story and the others that are close to me, where I was at the beginning, and my development during the business, and where I am now. Just to try to tell them that it wasn't easy, but of course no one told me that it will be easy. What we have to do is to be focused on what we do, what is our dreams or our goals. We have to be commitment, and then just take action, persistent. We never ever give up. We will face ups and downs, but we have to be able to stand up and continue doing what we like, what we love, in order to change our lives, our families. I'm happy. Now I am director. My life is changing, of course. My pocket's life as well is changing. My family at the beginning didn't believe that this business gonna take me to the position that I would like to. But now with that position, they believe on me. They use it to help me. But now I think that they are helping me very well. And then in that position that I've been now, I use it to wake up those who was sleeping. They say, wow, impressive. We used to see your challenges, but you never ever give up. Reason why many of them are calling me, they they want to join the company, they want to use the products. And now I talk by myself, by my story, where I come from, what was my how can I say, what difficulties I faced during that business, what I am now. And used to say, if I am in this position now, you can be as well. Just do what I'm doing. I'm able to help. I'm able to share what I did in order to be at the position that I am now. Is what I would like to share to you. I hope that I help you to stand up and keep working and keep fighting and keep running your business as a Neolife person. Thank you very much.
Hi Eagle team members, hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this quick little video with some hints and tips on how to introduce the different Neolife product ranges to prospective customers or distributors. My name is Burhrmann Steenkamp. I've been involved with Neolife for a number of years. My parents joined way back in 1996. They immediately became 100% product users. So everything in our household changed to Neolife overnight, especially the nutritional range as well. And so I grew up in that environment. I really fell in love with the products. And ever since, we've been using it, my wife and myself and our daughter, we're also using it in our house, everything that is available from Neolife. We are very passionate Neolife distributors as well. We get a great sense of pride whenever we get a new household or family onto the Neolife products. It's great to see them use it in their houses. It's great to see them use the nutritional products for themselves. And it's fascinating to see the change that it brings upon their life, with them being more aware of what is going on with chemical exposure and through nutrition and the food that we are eating. So it's just wonderful to be able to share these wonderful products with other people as well. So let's talk a little bit about introducing these ranges to people. The same way that you would not just jump right into a presentation and go straight into the business concept, you would also want to first do a little introduction on the company, give the customer or prospect a little bit of background or history about the company. And that same principle would apply to introducing somebody to the Neolife products or some of the ranges. We would also have a quick little introduction and just explain to them why Neolife products are superior to anything else that is available on the market. So let's talk first about the nutritional products. I'm very passionate about the nutritional products. About a year before joining Neolife in 1995, my mom bought over a health shop. So all our dinner conversations was about this product or that product, and this one is that one, and that one doesn't have that in it. And so growing up around those kind of conversations, I've always been really passionate and interested in what is happening in the health and wellness industry. And it's great for me to be able to share this information with other people as well. So when I approach somebody first about Neolife Nutritionals, the first thing I tell them is, look, there's 3 types of vitamin supplements available on the market. The first one that you get is synthetic products. The second category is organic or natural products. And then we get what Neolife has, and that is whole food nutritional products. So some of the key things that we say in each of these are, for synthetics, we always like to tell people that synthetics are made in a laboratory using chemicals. Your body cannot absorb those chemicals as easily as they would absorb normal nutrients out of food. In fact, you only get about 5 to 15% absorption from chemical or synthetically made products. These are not really meant for human consumption, as the synthetics or chemicals put strain on the liver and cause toxicity in the body. And in fact, if you're buying a product for, say, the value of 100 Rand, you're only getting about 10 Rand's value or 10 Rand's absorption out of that product. It's a fact that 99% of all the products sold in retail shops are synthetic products because they are cheap to make, easy to make, and therefore the companies make a big profit on those types of products. Then when we talk about organic or natural products, these can be made from various different kinds of things like petrol or turpentine, rocks, metal, fossilized fish, even pond slime. And your stomach cannot digest these ingredients. They might be considered natural, but it's not something that humans are meant to be eating. They're also often made from GMO sources, and they are also usually sold as isolates, meaning you might only find one specific vitamin like vitamin C or vitamin E. And we're always looking for something in a complete or a complex form, the same way it would be in nature. I always tell people, there's nowhere in nature where you can find a little ball of vitamin C. So the same applies to when taking nutrition. It should come in a complex of many different phytochemicals and nutrients for your body to be able to use it effectively. And then the third one that we talk about is whole food supplementation. That is where Neolife falls in. In fact, Neolife is the industry leader in whole food supplementation. We're one of the first companies ever in the world to make whole food supplements based only in food and from food. We have a 98% bioavailability on our products. Neolife products are made from human food chain foods only, meaning it's not simply just organic or natural, but it's made from fruits and vegetables and ingredients that humans are supposed to be eating and have been eating for thousands of years. Just for an example, if you take something like our All C, instead of buying a synthetic or an isolate which would only contain vitamin C, ours contains all the phytonutrient spectrum from whole oranges, assuring that you receive the vitamin C just as nature intended. And that is the Neolife difference. We give you the entire product or the entire fruit and vegetable spectrum in a product that your body can use and easily understand what it is and digest and assimilate into the cells. Neolife is what I like to call beyond organic, meaning our products are GMO free. They are organically grown. Our fruits and vegetables are organically grown, pesticide free, chemical fertilizer free. They are vine ripened, which is very important because most of the nutrients only get deposited into the fruit the final day or two before they are ripened. They are not even planted close to cities or highways or power lines where there's a lot of pollution. And that's why I like to call it beyond organic. Neolife products are also tested for at least 5 to 10 years before they have been put on the market. And they are there continuously tested and researched thereafter. So that's a little bit about some of the things we like to say when introducing the nutritional range. Obviously, there's a lot more that you could say, and that just gives you an opening then to go into specific products. Like I said, it's about making them aware of why Neolife is different to what else is available on the market. So there might be different ways of approaching this. I would like you to script your own ideas, put some ideas together and then test them with customers or distributors and see what works for you. And then let's have a quick look now at the home care range, some of the things that we would say to potential customers about the home care range. And I'm also going to I'm going to show and talk about some of the demos that we are doing, especially now with online meetings and things like that, just to give you some hints and tips on how we are doing those type of demos now. And that also works very effectively. So with the home care range, we start by talking about the fact that it is biodegradable, earth-friendly, non-toxic, protecting the ecosystem. In your catalog, if you looked on page 55, you will see there's some nice stories about LDC Super 10 that are protecting the ecosystem. Super 10 alone has prevented an estimated 700 million bottles from being dumped into the landfills. The penguin story about penguins being washed with LDC when they got exposed to Brent crude oil in oil spills. And the butterfly sanctuary in Italy that only use Super 10 and LDC to wash the cages where they keep those endangered species of butterflies. So when we start by talking about things like that, the customers already understand that these products are safe. And then they start thinking about what they are using. I always like to refer them to a study that was done. It was released about 2 years ago, this study. They followed over 6,000 people over the course of around 20 years. and tested their level of toxicity exposure from the cleaning products that they are surrounded with. And they concluded in the study that living in a house that is being cleaned with conventional cleaning products, it is equivalent to smoking a packet of cigarettes a day. Those kind of chemicals and things that you are absorbing through your skin, you are breathing it in, it comes into contact with your food, and you are eating it. And it's the same cancer causing, or it triggers the same inflammatory processes that triggers the same types of cancers that smoking cigarettes do. And I always jokingly ask customers if they have children, would they be happy for them to smoke a packet of cigarettes every day? And obviously they would tell me no, they wouldn't. And I would say, but this is in fact what is happening. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying that you are not aware of it. Now you are. Now you have the opportunity to change over to something that is safe and eco-friendly as well. We talk about the fact that Neolife home care products also save a lot of money. It's very economical to use. Pierre van Rensburg has put together a nice price comparison. If you look on the new Eagle Team 622 plan, in that presentation there's a short price comparison as well, and if you're from a different country you can work out the prices in your country and compare it. You can tell stories about people saving money. I always like telling customers about one of our stories, one of our testimonies, and you're welcome to use this as well. But what happened, a customer of ours who's an accountant, this lady started using our products in a household. There are a house of 5 people living in that house. And one day, after about 1.5 years of using Neolife home care products, she took me aside one day when we had a meeting, and she showed me her books. And she said, look, before using Neolife products, we used to spend between 600 and 800 Rand a month on cleaning products. And after 1.5 years of being on Neolife, it has gone down to an average of 150 Rand per month. And that is a massive savings. And you can do your own little price comparison and get your own little stories from your customers and use those when talking to prospective customers as well. For me, the fact that our products are non-toxic and economical and environmental friendly, it's a huge impact, and it makes such a huge difference in your life. When I grew up surrounded by Neolife products and I moved out of house to go and study, I tried the conventional products and I immediately threw them away. I just couldn't stand them, couldn't stand the smell, the fact that they didn't work. And I immediately went back to Neolife, and I've never been on any conventional products thereafter. I want to chat quickly about some of the demos that we are doing online, on online meetings. And even before lockdown, I always used to carry with me my little Neolife demo bag. It still goes with me wherever I go. If I do go out to pick up groceries or things like that, I have this with me, because then my car is nice and clean. I can sanitize my hands before getting back in the car and driving. And you can also, there's a lot of times where the opportunity comes up to do a quick little demo, so you should be prepared at any time. Just to give you an example, about 2 weeks ago, I went to pick up some organic fruits and veggies that we have ordered from a local farmer. And the lady that then collects them and brings them to a certain point for pickup, we had 2 minutes to chat, and I was busy in my booth, and I said, come and look here. Quickly showed her the demos and the products, and she's turned into a customer since then. So it just shows you, always be ready. You never know when the opportunity might arise. So what I have in my little demo bag, obviously Super 10 and the carpet. This can be done very effectively over online meetings as well. As you can see it nice and clearly. You can even have some of your distributors participate in the meeting and have some of them do the demos if they've practiced it beforehand. It's a little bit different, obviously, doing it over the internet. What we also do is the LDC demo with washing broccoli. Get a nice clear bowl, wash the broccoli in front of the camera. It's very effective. You can see the water bouncing off and then running through after washing it. I also like doing the hand wash demo, where I would wash my hands. I obviously can't wash a guest's hands, but what I do is rub it full of oil, hold it up to the camera, they can see the oil, then wash my hands and show them the difference. They can't feel it themselves, but the actual reason why I want to do it is because afterwards I can then show them how the water has turned white from washing off that oil. And then I can explain to that prospect or guest why that happens. And the reason is that LDC physically breaks apart the oil molecules, and those oil molecules will never reattach again, and therefore it is biodegradable. You can take your water after doing dishes or laundry, and you can go and water your plants. And something that relates to the virus today, a very effective hand wash, because it breaks apart oil, the virus is protected or covered in a fatty oil layer. As soon as you wash your hands with LDC, or the virus gets into contact with LDC, it will be deactivated and won't be able to infect you. What we also like to use is our G1 laundry powder demo. You just get yourself 2 little containers like this. In the one container you buy something from the shops. You put in there how much they recommend for a 7 kg wash and fill it up with water, let it dissolve. And you do the same with G1 laundry powder, and you can hold this up to people to see, and you can explain to them that most of the products in the shop have only got about 20% soap and 80% fillers, and you can let them have a look at all the gunk in there. Most of the times the customers are grossed out by this and they would prefer not to use their products anymore, and they immediately start using the Neolife products. And then we also talk a little bit about all the synthetic ingredients, the chemicals that are in there, the synthetic estrogen that has been proven to absorb through your skin, hook onto cells and can turn them into cancer cells. And I like to remind people about the toxicity study that I spoke about earlier. Very important information. We need to share that with people as much as possible. The last thing I want to talk about briefly before saying goodbye is the importance of literature when you are doing presentations online, or whether you're doing them face-to-face. Always make sure you have the relevant brochures with you. If you're doing a meeting online, you can download those brochures from your back office Neolife website. Have them on screen. You share your screen with the guests. They can see what you are looking at. You can highlight or draw around specific things as you are talking, and they can watch all of this happen on their screen. It can be about any of the products. All the brochures are available on your back office. And finally, the really important things to me is the literature available from the Eagle team. There's a Don Lawson book about product training. There's also a DVD available, which is full of information about scientific studies, about research and how things work scientifically. There's also a wonderful DVD by the Scientific Advisory Board member John Miller. I believe it's called Neolife Firsts. That's available from the Eagle team as well. There is a more current one as well on the Neolife website. I believe it's called Science Through the Decades. Yeah, Science Through the Decades, I believe. So those DVDs, I recommend watching those type of DVDs to inform yourself and to get familiar with how the products work and why they do specific things. And I don't want you to do this so that you can sound smart or look clever when talking to people. Try and keep things as simple as possible when talking to somebody. But if you have watched those types of DVDs and have that kind of knowledge, people can pick up in your voice that you are passionate about these products. They will understand that you are talking about things that have been researched and things that have been proven. And they can see the passion in you, and they will believe that you are telling the truth and that you are saying or talking about things that will actually have an impact on their health and their long-term health. And it's important to have that believability in the products when talking to other people. So I would like to end off with that. I thank you for your time. I hope there's something in there that is of value of you, and looking forward to getting some feedback on how you can use some of this by getting by getting some potential customers onto the Neolife products. Thank you very much and stay blessed. Bye.
Good day to you all. I'm Kadalie from Cape Town. I'm a professional nurse by training, and I'm an urban missionary. And of course, I'm a committed Neolife distributor. My husband and I joined Neolife because we needed extra money at the time our eldest daughter started university. Well, the business has done a lot more for us than that. It's developed us as people in the greatest sense. It's taught us a never give up attitude, and it's shaped our thinking in a way that's greatly impacted our daily work. I've been asked to talk about our immune systems, And so I look at it in three ways. Firstly, what was God's design of our amazing immune system? Secondly, how does Neolife Products support our challenged immune systems today? And thirdly, my personal experience in the light of that. So what was God's design? He created us with an amazing immune system. It's intricate and complex, and it is His gift to us to keep us healthy when we allow it to function as He designed it to. That choice, like every other choice He gives us, is completely in our hands. Our body is comprised of approximately 100 trillion living cells, and that includes our ingenious immune system. Millions of cells are strategically located in places like the tonsils or just under the skin, and these cells anticipate invasion of any foreign organisms, and a battle begins the moment an invader enters our body. The immune system also activates a specific response through antibodies. These are extremely important proteins for fighting infection. Some cells are capable of making 20,000 antibodies per second. Isn't that incredible? So the immune system neutralizes invaders, or they cover them with thousands of antibody markers like bull's eyes that make them a target for certain destruction. That was God's design. But then mankind developed, technology developed, food manufacture and processing developed, and we compromised our perfect immune system. So what are the things that compromise our immune systems even further today? Well, sugar knocks out this protective power of the immune system and destroys the beneficial bacteria that protects us. Another is food manufacture and processing systems today, including pesticides, insecticides, toxic chemicals, environmental pollutants, to name a few. Then there are the toxic pharmaceutical drugs like chemotherapy and even certain vaccinations that affect our immune systems really badly. But because of modern living, our human bodies have become vulnerable to foreign invaders, such as bacteria, microbes, viruses, and so on. So when these infection-causing microbes break into our body, God's attack force, called the immune system, goes into immediate deadly action. Our immune system is highly adaptive. It has incredible memory and is very specific in its attack on invading harmful organisms. Our immune systems has an unbelievable communication network that sends information back and forth between hundreds of millions of cells that fight off harmful invaders and remembers them for when they attack their body again. It's got incredible memory. Can you imagine that? Our immune system recognizes who is friend and who is foe, what belongs and what does not belong. So it does things like that through our white blood cells, through bone marrow, through the lymphatic systems, lymph nodes, blood systems, the spleen, etc. I mention some of those because that relates to my own story in many ways. So besides being a mighty defense force, our immune system also has sensory functions because it is able to identify and isolate harmful threats. These threats commonly invade the body through the mouth, lungs, or broken skin. The only way cancer can develop, for instance, in the first place, is when the immune system is too weak to detect and eradicate cancer cells before they multiply. Once cancer cells get past the immune system, our immunity needs to be rebuilt with good nutrition, not further harmed and damaged with chemical poisons. Neolife and the value it places on whole food nutrition plugs this gap. Well, that's the route I followed. So what are some of the ways to strengthen our immune systems in the light of the challenges we find today? One important way is to maximize on plant-based foods. Juicing raw vegetables concentrates the nutrients and allows far greater absorption and greatly increases the percentage of nutrients that reaches the cellular level. I still distill my drinking water today, but I add Neolife multi-mineral to our supplement intake. The immune system has three main lines of defense that we need to strengthen every day. The first line of defense includes your skin, the mucous membranes, and secretions. Our bodies produce caustic digestive enzymes that burn through harmful cells and destroys them. So because gut health is of paramount importance, Neolife has Acidophilus Plus that delivers a targeted solution exactly where it is needed, in the gut. Neolife Nutrients Organic and our personal care range is key because it protects the pH integrity of our skin. Vitamins like A and D protect and lubricate the delicate mucous membranes. The second line of defense includes white blood cells that overwhelm harmful organisms with sticky proteins and then swallows them. They give us warning signs like inflammation and raised body temperature when they go on attack. We have Neolife antioxidant and anti-inflammatory protection that is found in our omega-3s, carotenoids, flavonoids, cruciferous, the vitamin C's, vitamin E's, and beta-guard, for example, that help us fight free radical attacks. The third line of defense are the antibodies, which are specialized memory cells that recognize and bind and destroy previous harmful invaders that they remember from previous attacks. In addition, the immune system is designed to prevent the abnormal growth of mutant cells, such as various cancer cells. But then the immune functions go beyond simply defense and attack. Two other vital functions also reside there, like cleansing and regulating. The immune system cleanses our body from waste buildup and potential harm. So the cell membrane needs to be healthy at all times, and Neolife has 3NN for that very purpose. I will go into a bit of detail because the rest of my story illustrates the power of our immune boosting products that I experienced in my own life when many times my immune system took a severe pounding. 5 years ago, exactly after a routine one-day hospital procedure, I picked up a serious staph infection in the operating theatre. I was in theatre under general anesthesia 4 times within 1 week and nearly lost my life, but I was using Neolife and it helped my body fight this serious toxic invasion. Then 4 months later to the day, 4 years and 8 months ago, I was involved in a head-on collision with a delivery van. I sustained massive internal and external injuries and severe fracture of the leg with permanent soft tissue damage and tissue inflammation and necrosis throughout my body that I still have today. There were multiple fatalities and I and my daughter were the only survivors. It was a hugely stressful few years, and the stress of survivor guilt is something I lived with for a very long time. There were multiple, over the next 2 years, there were multiple surgeries that followed. I probably had about 10 major surgeries, all due to the complications and injuries from the accident. Can you picture the strain on my immune system? Then 2 years ago, another post-accident complication hit me. Remember, I spoke about all the internal tissue damage, the inflammation, the stresses. Well, these are huge triggers for cancers. One of the many damaged areas in my breast turned malignant. I developed a stage 3 invasive ductal carcinoma. That was what they call HER2 and FISH positive, and that's not good news. I went through the gamut of emotions, anxiety and fear for my family. I grabbed onto the doctor's treatment suggestions, which included oncology and radiology treatment that would take the next 9 to 12 months, depending on how I coped and responded. The Red Devil chemotherapy was recommended almost immediately. I was due to have the port inserted in my neck on Friday, the 23rd of March, 2018. The night before that, Charlie called around 10 p.m. and told me that God had urged him to tell me to ask the doctors to delay treatment and to give me at least 6 weeks to try to maximize on nutritional and dietary changes, and then relook at my position with regard to chemo after 6 weeks. Well, he suggested what I should do, what I should change, what I should eat. I had huge conflict because I knew exactly what he was saying, but I also wanted this demon gone. And the doctors were pursuing the Red Devil as my lifesaver. Well, Charles and I spent the next 2 hours praying and talking in our garage about changing my food and my water, and I cried out to God to give me a direct message from His Word. I told God that I didn't want to hear the familiar passages like by His stripes we were healed and so on, because then I would not know if it was just my memory and knowledge of these passages or if it was really Him and telling me what to do. It was nearly 1 a.m. when we finally went up, and I just typed the word healing into my computer. And the passage that jumped out at me was Exodus 23. I did not immediately remember the detail of the passage, so I started reading it. Now remember, we had been talking for the last 3 hours about what I would have to do to change my eating habits, my food, and my water. Then I got to verse 25, and what do you think it said? It said, I will bless your food and your water, and I will take away all illness from you and give you a full life. We both had immediate peace about this and knew that I would not go to have the chemo port inserted the next morning. Instead, I typed out the full passage and I highlighted those verses and emailed it to all the doctors, the oncologist, the radiographer. I thanked them for their help thus far, but said that I was going to take God at His word and I was going to refuse medical treatment. I told them that I would contact them again in 6 to 8 weeks for a review and talk about surgery if that was still indicated. So I maxed out on Fighter Defense, 8 sachets a day, 6 sachets a day. Well, that's 18 carotenoids easily a day, with all my other Neolife nutrition that I mentioned earlier as well. I distilled my drinking water, I juiced, I took all the other Neolife nutrition. I needed to be able to sleep really well, and I admit I took some questionable substance for that, but it did make me sleep well, so I felt good about it. After 8 weeks, miraculously, the tumor picture had changed completely, but the CT scan clearly showed that there was a few lymph nodes that were affected as well. So I agreed to surgery, but I told him to wait a week because we had a Bloemfontein weekend function coming up. In surgery, a pathologist was present to test the affected lymph nodes, and they repeated the test 3 times in theatre because, to their surprise, it kept on coming up negative. So they did not have to remove the other lymph nodes at all. It's exactly 2 years later, and I'm cancer-free without chemotherapy and radiation. Happily, a strong immune system is something that most of us have total control over. It all hinges on our choices. So my immune system was boosted by Neolife Products without a doubt, and it saved my life. May it benefit you and others as you share this God-given opportunity for life and living. I thank you.